Everybody knows that team meetings can be a time waster. But what if I told you that there's another way? I used n8n in Discord to build a bot that replaces check-ins. And not only does it work, but it also increased team productivity. So what does this bot do? Well, every single morning, it will send a message to each of the developers asking them what they worked on yesterday, what they plan on working on today, if there's any blockers, and if there's anything important that the team should know. Then it will create an AI summary of all of that information and send it in the team channel. If anybody fails to check in the allotted time, in this case I used 4 hours, then the bot will report the developers who did not check in. In order to build this automation inside of n8n, we need to connect Discord, Supabase, and an extra community node, which is also for Discord. So if you're not self-hosting n8n, you will not be able to follow along with this tutorial. That being said, let's get started by connecting all the services. And if you've already done that, you can skip this part. Let's connect the first Discord node. So go to discord.com/developers/applications. The link is in the description down below. Next, click New Application, give it a name. Check that box and click Create. Make sure you're human. Beautiful. Now here you can put a name and a description and such. I'm going to delete this app because I already made it. I'm going to show you the configurations of the other. Beautiful. So I uploaded a logo, a description here. Here we have the application ID and the public key. So go ahead and copy those and save those. You're going to need those later. Next, we're going to click on Bot. Beautiful. And make sure you click on Presence Intent, Server Members Intent, and Message Content Intent. And then under bot permissions, make sure we've got send messages and threads. You can just copy my configurations here. Just make sure you check those out and then click save down at the bottom. Next, you have your token here. Now click reset token. It'll refresh the page. It'll give you a token ID. I want you to save that token ID. Once you have all of that information, we can start connecting it to n8n. But first, we have to add it to Discord. And so how we do that is we go to installation here. It gives us a Discord provided link. We can copy that link, paste it here. It opens Discord. We can add it to our server, which I've already added it to the server, so we're good to go. Once it's added to the Discord server, you can then add it to different channels, okay? Beautiful. Now let's go over to n8n and connect it to n8n. So you can open up a random workflow, add a Discord node. Any Discord node will do. So we'll click. And we're going to use the bot token right here. And we're going to add the Discord bot account. And you just paste the bot token right there. Now that you have the first Discord integration connected, we have to connect another Discord integration. Why? Because n8n doesn't have a good Discord trigger built yet. So I tested out some community nodes and I finally found one that kind of works, but it had a couple of bugs. So I went searching on GitHub and I found a solution to those bugs. So I want to give a big shout out to Silver BTC for giving a fix to this community node. His fix works really great. I tried it and I published it on the NPM for you guys to easily install. So let me show you how to do this. So here I published it for easy installation to your n8n. So you can check out that link also down below. And let me show you how to install this node. So go over to your n8n, click on your username and settings, then go over to community nodes, click install, and you're going to go over to the page I sent. And you're just going to copy the name, go back and just paste the name, click this checkbox and click install. Now, in order to use this node, you have to enable n8n API. So depending on how you deployed your n8n, you need to change a quick environmental variable. If you deployed your n8n using Docker, you're going to add this in the Docker compose file. If you did it in Railway, I'll show you how. And if you deployed it using npm, you're going to add this to your environmental variables. All you have to do is put n8n rest endpoint as true right here. So you can simply click new variable in Railway, add it right here, and you're good to go. Or if not, like I said, just add this to your Docker compose file. You guys should already know how to do that. Beautiful. Now we have the node installed. We know n8n API is good to go. Now we go over to n8n API and we create a new API key. I'm going to call this one testing, click save, and copy that for your records. And now finally we have all the information we need to connect the Discord trigger node. So we can go back, we can add a new Discord trigger node, which is now on the list. Click add to workflow. Here we're gonna add our client ID, we're gonna add our bot token, our n8n API key, and our base URL. Now our base URL is going to be the main URL of n8n/rest. And then we're good to go. So to get started, log into your Supabase account, then go on the left and click on project settings. Then we're going to click on API keys, and we're going to grab this service role. We're going to reveal it and copy it. We're going to go back over to n8n. Let's add a Supabase node and click create a new credential and paste the service role secret there. Next, to find the host, we go back over to Supabase, click connect at the top, and we can click view parameters. Now we're going to copy this, but we have to change it slightly. Okay, I'm going to go back over to n8n, paste that in, and instead of db dot, we're going to go https://. And we click save, and we can see it is connected successfully. Now, in order to connect Postgres, go back over to the Supabase. Now, on the same page that you are, go ahead and scroll down. And what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to expand these credentials for the transaction pooler. We're going to grab this URL here, put it as the host, the port, put it down there, the database, got the user here, and we don't need the pool mode. Now, the password is a password that you set when you created your Supabase account. You can also reset your password if you don't know what it is. All you have to do is go down to database right here and click reset database password. Once you push that password in, just put SSL to disable and click connect. You should be good to go. Now we need to connect ChatGPT. So go ahead and go to platform.openai.com/API-keys. Link is in the description below, and click create new secret key. Give it a name and click create key and go ahead and copy that. Let's go back over to n8n. Let's create an AI node and click plus on the chat model. Let's click open AI. Click here, click create new credential. Let's paste the API key in and click save. And you're good to go. All right, beautiful. Now it's time to build the actual workflow. So we have three main flows here. We have this first flow that sends the initial message out saying, hey, we need you to check in. Then we have this second flow here, which processes the replies from people, summarizes it with AI, and then sends the summary into the main channel. And then we have this final flow here, which 4 hours later will send a message saying, hey, these people did not check in today. This build is pretty cool, but if you guys want to see something even cooler, then you have to join the free school community. There, we share tips, builds, and help each other scale with n8n AI and LAN clients. I'll see you guys there. Okay, so this first workflow, technically you could build it like this right here, where this edit fields has a list of all the users that you would like to reach out to, and it just loops over them and messages them. But since I'm trying this out on a small team and I was building this rather quickly, I just decided to copy and paste the node. This is not best practices, I'm letting you guys know now. But that being said, let's jump in and see what it looks like. So here I have a schedule trigger that runs Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday every once a week, and we trigger it at 7 o'clock in the morning. And it sends a message. We're sending it to the user, and we select the user from the list, okay? If you decide to put the users in a loop, like I just mentioned previously, first what we have to do is add a new Discord node here, click on Get Many Members, just click Return All, select the right server, and click Execute. And it will return all of the members right here, and you can see each member has an ID, right? So what you could do is you could loop over, and instead of putting the name here, you can put the ID like this as an expression, and it will send out just fine. We don't have to do that. Next, we have our message here. Now this message is in Portuguese because my developers speak Portuguese, but you can put it in English and you can have it say whatever you want. Essentially it says, hey, I need you to respond to this message once, and you have to tell me what you worked on yesterday, what you're working on today, are you blocked, and is there anything the team needs to know? That's all that's happening here. And so we send this message to all the different developers on the team, and then we set up our Discord trigger. Now we already connected the credential. All we have to do is trigger type direct message here, and then every. So every single message that somebody sends to this Discord bot, it will run through this workflow. Of course, you can change it to however you like, but this is just how I did it. Okay. Next, we connected our AI agent node, and we made a quick little prompt. You're an AI assistant, summarizes daily stand-up responses. Your task is to generate well-formatted, Discord-friendly messages summarizing these things. I put the username, it's json.authorname, and the response is json.content. So we get that from the event here. I'll show you what that looks like here. So here is the response you get from Discord. You have the message ID, you have the channel ID, the author ID, what the person said, the username, timestamp, and a bunch of stuff that you probably don't need, okay? So all I did was I took the author name and the content and I dragged it and dropped it over to the AI agent node. So we can see here, we're grabbing author name, JSON content. Then I tell it how it should format the responses so it looks nice and beautiful. I tell it to format the response in JSON like this. And here's an example output. Then I make sure to require a specific output format, and we're using the structured output parser like this with just summary as a summary text. I checked autofix format here, and then we added our OpenAI chat models, which we have to connect. Beautiful. So once we get that response, it's going to look something like this. So we have this nice, beautiful summary, right? Next, we send a confirmation to the user, letting him know that his input was accepted. So that's just a simple message. We send it to the author ID, which we grab from the Discord trigger right here. And we say, hey, thank you for your daily input. You can get back to work now. Then we insert it into a Supabase table. So we haven't built out this table yet. So I'm going to show you how to build this table really quickly. I'm going to give you an SQL command that makes it like that. Sweet, so here's some quick SQL that you can run to quickly create this table in Supabase. All you have to do is go over to your SQL editor, paste that text and click run, and it will automatically build the table for you so you don't have to do anything. So now that the table is made, we can now add a Postgres node, and here we're just going to select the right Supabase account. We're going to tell it to insert into table public called daily check-ins, and we're going to map the author ID. Now we grab this ID from the Discord trigger here. Next, we're going to map the date. Now I will post this JavaScript down in the description below. This is the date of today, right? And then we're going to add the response text from the AI agent, which we just grabbed from here. I'll show you what that looks like here. So we're just grabbing this response right here, and we're grabbing this author ID right here. Now you might be asking, why are we adding these records to Supabase? Well, we need some way to keep track of who's responded for the day. If they don't have a record in Supabase, then by default they didn't respond, right? And if they didn't respond, then we have to give them a little nudge saying, hey, you didn't respond, or let the team leader know that there might be something going on. We need to check up. So after we add them to Supabase, then we have to send an update to our final Discord channel, which we're messaging, sending it to the server, to the right channel, right? Make sure you add your bot to the channel, okay? And we're just sending the AI generated summary from here. Now, all we have to do is 4 hours later, we have another schedule trigger. Now you can just duplicate this one. The only difference is this one is at 11 a.m. instead of 7 a.m., right? But it's every single day, weekdays. Then we're gonna execute this quick SQL query, which just selects all the users that responded today, right? So I will leave that in the description down below. Next, I have a quick bit of code here. Now this code has a list of all the users and the user IDs that I would like to respond, right? So like I told you guys earlier, you just have to add a quick node here to get many members, right? And in that code, you'll have the user name and the user ID, right? We're going to want to grab the user ID and create a list of them in this JavaScript. So it should be name, the name of the developer, and then user ID that you find from the Discord node. And you want to list all of the people who you want to respond to you in the daily. And then you can just copy and paste the rest of this code, which I will leave in the description down below. And so this will spit out a message with the list of all the members who did not respond. And then it will finally send the final update to Discord saying, hey, these members did not respond today. If this video helped you guys out, then you have to check out my video on how to turn in n8n automations to clients. So be sure to check that out, and I'll see you guys next time.